10,
Simple.
9, 8,
Simple,
7,
simple
6,
series. Who
5,
took the simple series?
4,
It's the simple series.
3,
What series?
2,
Simple series. You
1.
ever heard of simple series? It's Simple 2000.
Welcome back once again to the Simple 2000 series. Today, I'm looking at fighting games, or more specifically, 4 fighting games. There is an extra game at the end that, unfortunately, I ended up missing on one of my previous videos that I'm included in this one as an extra. It is what it is. You know, I was fed with some misinformation by Game FAQs, because it was originally listed as a 3D fighter, and then they've now changed it to a 3D beat 'em up. So, you know, I should have probably looked at some footage of the game. My fault, completely fine. But today, let's first start off with the fighting games. I'm looking at 4 fighting games. Some of them are a little bit strange, I will admit, you know, a little bit strange. There's even a collaboration game between loads of different D3 publisher games, or series, or whatever you want to call them, so that's pretty cool. But either way, let's jump straight into these fighting games. First up, we have World Fighting, developed by Hunex and known as Volume 42, the Isshu Kakuto Waza in Japan. World Fighting is exactly as the name says. It's world fighting. Different types of martial arts from all around the world together in a tournament fighting. You've got boxing, jiu-jitsu, you've got, I don't know, karate, whatever you like. Wrestling. Here we've got 2 guys fighting each other. One is using boxing and the other one's using wrestling, or American wrestling in this case. And they're fighting each other, and that's basically the game. Is it particularly well made? It's okay. It's okay. The controls are pretty much identical to like what you would expect from like a boxing game, if I be honest. Yeah, okay, you can do some grabs. Yeah, okay, you know, each of the characters have a slightly different moveset, but most of the time they just tend to, like, a jab is a jab at the end of the day. You know, they do have grabs, and you know, it has a system where you know, if you knock them down 3 times, they're out, but there isn't really much else. If I be completely honest, it's pretty bare bones by fighting game standards in my eyes. There isn't really much going on here. But does it work for what it is? Yeah, sure, fine. It's playable. It works in a general sense. But you'll notice that across all of the basis of the fighting games that are featured today is they're not very good. They're the bare minimum. In all fairness, if I be completely honest, in terms of controls, at least this one doesn't feel janky. Well, we'll get to some of the others, right? Let's move on to the next game, shall we? Next up we have Fighting Angels, developed by Tamsoft, known as Volume 55, The Cat Fight, Joneko Densetsu in Japan. And holy moly, look at this. Look at this! Like, this character select screen, right? I wonder what this game's going to be like. The title screen gave it away, really. Here we go. You got bikini-clad women fighting. And guess what? It's not even good. The controls are janky as fuck. Like, the moves don't really combo very well together. At least like in World Fighting, you could pull off a combo. The moves don't even really go into that well of a combo, and certain moves are way more powerful than other moves. And if I'll be completely honest, the CPU is pretty cheap. It is pretty cheap. They use any kind of tactic they can to try and beat you, which is always nice, isn't it? It's always nice. And Riho Futaba is also in this game from Demolition Girl, you know, because why not? Why wouldn't they have her make a cameo appearance, right, in this game? So, and that's really it. If I be completely honest, I haven't really got much else to say about this game. Like, you got a somewhat decent amount of playable characters, but the game's janky as all hell. The controls are not good, and yeah, the mere concept of it's not really that great. If I be completely honest, it's not funny. There's no gimmick about it. It's not like Yakuza Zero's bloody bug game. If you ever played Yakuza 0, there's this like these bug-based card game which has girls dressed up as bloody bugs, and it's funny. At least it's funny, you know what I mean? But here it's just like really like, you know what, the audience they were trying to go for. It's just, yeah. Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Next up, we have All-Star Fighters. Developed by Digital Zero and also known as Volume 91, the All-Star Kakuto in Japan is a collaboration game between well, not all, but quite a lot of different D3-owned franchises, or based off the games anyway. Like here's Kyo Asuka from the famous game Yakuza Fury. What a brilliant game that was. And by the way, his moveset is absolutely terrible in this game. Like, when I said it's janky, it is janky, and it's the same here. Every character has an incredibly janky moveset. You can't really pull off combos very well together, if I be completely honest. The other character you see is Ginny, which is from the Suri, I believe it is. You know, the Suri, which is like a detective game. It was released on the PlayStation 1 as part of the Simple 1500 series, and then got re-released as part of the Simple 2000 series. But yeah, it's so strange. Like, here's Riho Futaba, because why wouldn't there be Riho Futaba in here from bloody Demolition Girl? And Neme Deathgar, quite possibly the best character in the game. Just look at this guy. Look at his moves. It's brilliant. You should hear this guy. I really wish I could include some of the sounds he makes. The Samai, Sugoi, Literally, I'm not even joking. That's what the sounds he makes, and his movements is great. He's probably one of the only characters that plays okay in the game. Not well, it just plays okay. Most of the characters play absolutely terribly. They're extremely janky, and it's just not fun. Not fun to play as the characters at all, if I be completely honest. Like, here's, for example, the main character from, you know, don't you? You know, main character from Zombie Attack. Why not have her in there? I'm surprised the Dragon Sisters aren't in here. You know, why not? I'm just gonna be completely honest with you. You know, I've seen my fair share of collaboration games, and this is probably one of the worst. This is one of the worst. You know, they could have done the boys better. You could have got someone who's more competent at making these types of games. I'm surprised, considering it's developed by Tamsoft, to have it be as incompetent as it is. Maybe they should have made a game that plays like Onichibara and have all these characters as playable. And then maybe, you know, they could have had interesting movesets. I don't know. You could have done anything. Anything else. Anyway. So that's All-Star Fighters. We got one more fighting game to look at before we have the bonus game. Let's move on. And finally, as part of the fighting games anyway, here is Hard Knock High. Developed by Opus and also known as Volume 107, the Hono no Kakuto Bancho in Japan. And once again, it's a terrible fighting game. I mean, like, seriously, this game is probably the jankiest of them all. I'm not even joking, right? The mere cheese here is ridiculous. Like, all other fighting games I've played before this, I could actually play. This one is just on borderline unplayable. It is similar in terms of I'm trying to think of what other fighting games I could actually say it's similar to. I can't know, because it's just like, you should probably see me here using the same punching technique every time, but I use it because it's the only effective means to attack your opponent. Here it is again, where I'm attacking once again. Keep copying the same goddamn move over and over again. So here I am playing as Akemi the Fire Dragon, and I'm going up against Rippling Ryoko, and you watch her moveset. She uses the same moves again and again. The same bloody moves, which is the jabs and then maybe a kick. And it's like that all the time. It's like even the CPU knows the moveset for all of the characters in this game is absolutely fucking terrible, so they have to cheese as well. It's just so fucking bad. I can't believe it. The best thing about this game is Minecraft Steve being in here. You know, here's Judo Minecraft Steve. That's what I like to look at him as. I know it's yeah, some of the stages are ridiculous in this. They are ridiculous. Like, go and watch my video of me playing this on Fire in the Shadow Realm. Like, seriously, like, some of the stages have got stupid shit like this on some of their buildings. It's fucking stupid. And here's the character I actually felt like I actually had a decent go with, and that's Lightning Goro, who looks like he's straight out of Fist of the North Star. But I'm taking a beating here, but I then got into a rhythm where I was able to take down Machine Gun Jake. What a great names, by the way. Here we go, boom, like that. Oh, boom, and boom, and boom, 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 and wait for it, boom. And this basically I got into a rhythm here, and he could not counteract this. This is just me cheesing. But it's so annoying when the opponents do the exact same thing to you. They don't care. They'll just keep cheesing you over and over again with the same bloody combo. Well, if you could even call it a fucking combo, if I be completely honest. It's not good. This is probably the worst fighting game out of them, if I be completely honest. You know, it's not good. Don't play it. You know, even as amusing as it is in some regards to the stages, it's not worth it. You know, it's just not. And here's the game I missed. Shogun's Blade. Developed by Tamsoft and also known as Volume 47, the Kasen Gekigahara. I'm just gonna be quiet for a second here and just let you watch the gameplay. Just look. Notice anything? Notice anything a bit strange? Oh yeah, it plays like Dynasty Warriors, right? It looks like Dynasty Warriors, right? Wrong. Imagine if Dynasty Warriors played like absolute dog shit. Then yeah, then you got Shogun's Blade. Here we go. I'm not even joking. This is. Oh my god. To think that someone could make a clone of Dynasty Warriors, and it pretty much is, by the way. Look at it. That plays worse than Dynasty Warriors 2. And Dynasty Warriors 2 was the first one to have this type of gameplay. And it plays worse than Dynasty Warriors 2. I have fond memories of Dynasty Warriors 2. And it plays worse than Dynasty Warriors 2. How could you accomplish such a thing? Really, it's just that there's no combos, which is one of the staple things that you need to kind of have in this game. I'm like, okay, there is combos. They're not very good, though. They don't string together very well. They're terrible. Absolutely terrible. Oh God, I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe what I was playing, if I be honest. It's absolutely terrible, and that's really all I have to say. It's a budget Dynasty Warriors that plays like, you know, if you could name a game that is like literally the worst Dynasty Warriors clone, this would be the game. And I know this one. I know for a fact that this one is a clone, 100%, because Dynasty Warriors 2 came out way before this. So, God damn it. And there we have it. That's all of the fighting games. All of them. At least I hope that it is all of them. Right? I'll make a mistake like Shogun's Blade again, right? Now, there is a fighting game that you may think, oh, if you're familiar with the Simple 2000 series, you may be like, oh, but there's another fighting game that you've missed. You've missed it. No, I haven't missed it because it never got released. Don't believe what Game FAQ says. It never got released, and that's Katana Action, or known as Volume 28, the Bushido Tujigiri Ichidai in Japan. Developed by Alu. Yeah, the game's got a release date of Q4 2006, and it was called Katana Action. And I can tell you right now, it never came out. Never came out. Never did. So, I couldn't find the game online. All information leads me to believe it was cancelled. They were planning to release it and it got cancelled. So, that's just how it is. So what's my favorite game from this collection? None of them. None of them are my favorite, because they're all equally pretty bad, if I be honest. World Fighting was probably the best one in terms of gameplay, like the most sound mechanically. But in terms of the rest of them, they were really janky and horrible, you know? It's just, I'm surprised how much you can make a fighting game so terrible, you know? Maybe they should have made a 2D game. Who knows, 2D fighting game, who knows, right? But anyway, I've been Bio. I hope you've enjoyed my Simple 2000s fighting games video. I've got one more Simple 2000 video to come out on the English released games. That's it, the final one. I'm planning to look at some Japanese exclusive Simple 2000 games. You know, some interesting ones, some ones are a bit strange. Somewhere down the line. Someone soon-ish. Ish. So yeah. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, and comment. And let me know if you've played any of these games. What do you think of these games? And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.